When we get to the advantage, please set the cameras off game.
Yeah, sure.
Great, thank you.
Marco, how are you doing?
Hi, good, thank you.
You said that the club need to be busy this week in the transfer window. Are you confident that you will be able to get the business done that you feel the club needs?
We have to, I think, and if you are going to be busy or not, of course, we have we have to do our maximum to try to get and to do what we haven't done until now. Of course, because it will be really important for us. We are really short and late in terms of numbers, and we in preparation in that aspect. And of course, we have to try everything to again to do what we haven't done until now.
We understand the club are close to signing Timothy Castagna. What can you tell us about him?
It's not 100% done, but it's almost, of course. And when this happened, I can speak about him. Was one of my first targets since the beginning of when I start to plan something for the season after. As you know, we have Kenny and Robinson. We are really happy with both. We need the right back, and if you can get the right back with the quality of Timothy and with his experience, his versatility as well, can play right and left. He's a player that is going to give us very good and many solutions during in terms of positions in the game. Can play right, left back, can play wing back from both sides as well. He's a very good player that I really believe that will be a great addition for us.
Tomorrow you take on Spurs. Sergio Reguilon and Eric Dyer are not currently part of their plans. Are those two players that Fulham are interested in?
Okay, I'll not mention any player that is not our best. Of course, I did it with Timothy because the feedback that I got that the things are really in the right track, and probably during today or tomorrow we are going to have news really about him. But of course, he's really close to be our player, and I mentioned and I spoke about him, and I have to say that I'm really pleased to have him with us. About other players and players that they are not Fulham Football Club players, I will not speak about.
Are you able to give us an update on Tosin? Is he currently training with the first team, or is he training away from the group now?
No, he's with the first team. He did last 2 days some individual work, but he's now in the canteen having lunch with his teammates. Yeah.
So you expect him to stay this week?
I cannot guarantee to you this situation. Not just about Tosin, it's about all the players in our group. I would like to, as you know, since last May, I said to you that I would like and will be really important for us to keep all our best players. That players they played more time. It will be really important for us to keep them. Unfortunately for us, we lost Mitro, as you know. We sold him, and if you ask me right now if all the others I would like to keep, 100% sure. What is going to happen, I cannot guarantee to you.
In terms of team news, is Willian ready to come back into the squad tomorrow?
Probably not yet. Probably will be soon for him. I would love to have him back. He's, as you know, if he's in his best physical conditions, he's a really important player for us. Was last season, and I'm sure that he's going to be again. But we have to keep him as fit as you can. Of course, different pre-season for us. Start late, unfortunately, as well. The pre-season had some problems in the United States, and of course we forced him to play the first game because he was in conditions to play, of course. But we knew that this type of things can happen when the player is not 100% in physical point of view, and now we have to wait more. Let's see if he's going to be for City, or if we have to give more time for him to be ready for after the international break.
You won't be allowed on the touchline tomorrow. 3 bookings now equals a ban. Does that feel quite harsh?
Yes, but is what it is. I understand that they are decisions, and of course I'm here to respect all the decisions, even if sometimes they are difficult to understand. But is what it is, and I have to understand and try to change some things that they wanted me to change. Apart from that, I will not make any comments because it's not the right place to do it, really.
Just finally for me, are you concerned that you could maybe miss a number of games this season with it being slightly more strict, the way that managers are being policed on the touchline?
I would like you to not make just this question for me. I understand. I'm the first one this season. Let's see. I prefer to not make any comments on that because I know what I'm feeling. I know the feeling that everyone has in this football club about about the situation or about all the situations that happened the last 3 weeks, but I will not make any comments. But of course, as you expect, I know what I'm feeling, and it's not good, really. Yeah.
Thank you. Ruben.
Hi Marco, just the one question from me. You mentioned before that your squad is a little bit short at the moment. So when you're playing 3 different competitions as well, how much of a challenge would that pose for you as a manager?
It's a big challenge, but it was during the pre-season as well. I said for you several times, probably was the most challenging pre-season that I had as a manager in all my career. To be honest with you, when you don't have the number of players to prepare, and when you have to prepare the season with 11, more than 11 under 21 players involved, and all that stuff is not a good sign. And even when they came to internationals, the number was really big. It's what it is. Probably for tomorrow, I would love to make more rotation in some positions. Some is going to be impossible for me to make rotation, and we are going to take that as a technical decision clear for me. Other position, let's see what I'm going to do. Of course, is an important moment to see some players, 2 players that they deserve to have minutes as well. Of course, it's important competition for us. We play home. Our last home game was not, in terms of result, was not the best at all. Of course, we want to see a reaction like we did last game against Arsenal. Was really good, the reaction after defeat against Brentford. But again, answer direct to you. Some players, they are going to play. A problem that they haven't started last game. Some other positions is going to be impossible for me to do rotation.
Just a quick one as well. I think your game against Arsenal went into the 100th minute. I mean, with the increased added time, is that a concern for you down the line of injuries?
For me, the concern is that I finished 2 games with 10 man. This is the concern for me. And in both, against Brentford, you know what's happened. It was clear and obvious mistake from the referee and make us to put us in a situation to play with 10 man. And again, the way Calvin was booked the first moment, that goal kick was impossible for us to understand how. This is what concerns me. About the 100 minutes will be for us, will be for other teams as well. It's the same.
Okay. Hi Marco.
Aye.
What you made of Spurs' start, unbeaten in the league, with no European competition they're in, do you feel like they'll make the most of the cup competitions and maybe give it a real good go tomorrow?
I don't know, of course. I don't know. It's something that you have to Ange in that situation for him to answer to you. I know that, of course, everyone respects the competition, really. It's a very good competition. I know that you are in the start of the season. And, of course, it's not that moment of the season that some players, they are really tired and you have to rotate many. At the same time, you have to see each situation and approach in the right way, because you have some players like, for example, Andrés Pereira is a good example, player that come from a big injury, how to play 2 games in a row could be a little bit dangerous. We have to manage these type of situations. I'm not in the other side to know what they are going to do. Of course, we expect something from them, but if play the A, B, C or D, the idea is going to be there. They started well the season, as you know. They are playing a good football as well. As always, Tottenham has a lot of good players and quality players all around the pitch, on the bench too. Will be always a strong side from Tottenham.
Thank you. Exactly. That's broadcast finish. We'll move to Ryan's chat.
Aye.
All right.